Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is gonna get crazy. Today I would like you to open your mind. I would encourage you to release current restraints that you may or may not have due to practical reality, i.e. science, math, engineering, physics, poetry. And I want you to just go on a journey with me. I would consider myself a thinker, someone who's very open-minded, questions established beliefs. I even like questioning my own established beliefs and my own biases, and I'm someone that thinks a lot, okay? And so I was thinking of a plot for this book series that I want to write. And I came to the conclusion that the end is the beginning. Not a cool revolutionary idea or thought, but the context of the book that I don't really want to reveal made it seem as if it was really cool. And then I kind of read into Isaac Asimov a little more. And it turns out he kind of just like came up with the idea. It's a framework, a little different, but the end result is the same. So I forgot the name of the book. I read a summary of it. I did not actually read the book. But essentially it goes, humans create this AGI computer and they ask it the question, why are we here? And it's like, I don't know, I'm collecting more data. And so billions of years go by and they ask it, what's the meaning of life? And it's like, I'm still initializing the processing of your question. And so more time goes by and this keeps happening and happening and happening until the last person who hasn't put a chip in their mind and assimilated with the godlike supercomputer, he asks it one last time, like, what's the meaning of all of this? And the computer replies that it almost has all of the data, and the guy, not knowing what to do with that information, just decides to assimilate with it. And so the collective consciousness within the computer prompts the question again, and the computer is finally able to understand what everything is because it is assimilated everything. I forgot to say that as time has gone on, the computer has gotten bigger and bigger by like harnessing stars power and then harnessing a black holes and then harnessing 0-point energy in vacuum liminal spaces. Anyways, this computer is just really, really, really big, and it's like, oh, I finally figured it out. But since it had become everything, it realized that everything was everything. And so the beginning is the end, and that's kind of where I was like, dang, I thought Caleb was super duper smart and could come up with his own ideas, and I didn't realize that I was walking in the footsteps of some creative genius just eating breadcrumbs, not coming up with anything original. So I challenged my own mind to try to come up with something original. After racking my brain for a total of what felt like 8 minutes, I came up with this idea of what I call the pockets of perceivability. The idea is you can only see, if you're on Earth, you can only see on a flat surface, you can only see 21 miles until like the horizon does this. My idea is that the observable universe, hold on, I have a great way to represent this. And I don't know why I moved from my original spot. We're just trying shit out. Okay, so this eye is our observable universe. And I imagine that everything else that there is the rest of the laptop. Well, even all of this as well. This is just a... See how bad representations of the infinity are? I can't even like properly distinguish. Anyways, so this is our observable universe where we exist and you and I eat bananas. This is the unobservable universe, the spots of the infinite that scientists assume are there. And so I started thinking, well, that must mean infinity and the universe always existed, and certain pockets of perceivability come into existence through big bangs. I didn't really come up with any way to discredit or prove more of the Big Bang. I can only imagine that in this huge amounts of space, there's an explosion that makes this. And yeah, I guess it extends, but the reason why it seems like we're alone in the universe is because I feel like these pockets of perceivability come about and they don't necessarily interact with other pockets of perceivability. One thing I also kind of forgot to explain was kind of coalescing with all these ideas is that I watched a video about how the 4 basic nucleotides that create DNA were found on rocks that float in space. And these are the same types of rocks that for thousands or millions, billions of years just collided into the Earth. And so those comets carrying those 4 basic nucleotides that over time became me. So I'm almost wondering if in different pockets of perceivability, there were also floating rocks with 4 nucleotides that were basically just building blocks to DNA, crashed into other rocks, and some other things or stuff happened. And I am willing to believe that there are different laws of physics in these places, but I think they exist. I don't want to call them alien, because sometimes I think that's a lame and unproductive, uncreative label for things. I think things are natural. Everything that can be seen and perceived and understood is real, so I don't necessarily know how that's alien. I sometimes think that when people experience deja vu, or when people have dreams, and obviously I totally know I am talking out of my ass, I was just having a fun conversation. I think when people experience deja vu or have dreams, it's other pockets of perceivability interacting with each other. And so I started getting into Danny Glower's interesting understanding of DMT and lasers. He's claimed to have seen a code that underlies reality. It started to get me thinking, what if when people experience things on DMT, they are experiencing experiences in a different pocket of perceivability? So I've had certain experiences where I have felt like I am floating above the earth and I'm watching stars and comets fall down to the earth, and then all of a sudden I was one of those comets falling to the earth, and then I was marveling at how all these stars were kind of just falling down. And this must have been like my 3rd or 4th minute in this trip. Then I started thinking too, and just, I don't know, I'm just going crazy now, that what if these pockets of perceivability are places that beings exist, and for some reason 3D constructed biological life that we experience now has something to do with these other pockets of perceivability, and how... You ever hear the term? Have you ever heard the term star children or star seeds? I almost start to think that DMT vision I had was a depiction of star children, and I think that maybe star children come from different pockets of perceivability to come to 3D biological constructed life to go ahead and learn lessons. And so I'm almost starting to think that synchronicities are architects from your pocket of perceivability pushing you in the right or a direction to go ahead and find your way back to your own pocket, or at least to just like learn the thing that you were supposed to learn on Earth. I know this video has been a little different than my last one or even the last ones, but I want you to go ahead and expect content like this going forward. I really like to think about these ideas, and I would love to get them out to people like you to go ahead and honestly, like, I just want to have a better conversation with myself. So if I can find some other human out there who relates to this, then them and I can have a deeper philosophical question and try to figure out what the hell is even going on. But I would like to thank you for watching. Comment down below what it was that you thought was interesting, or if you have any similar sort of ideas. It would be really interesting to know if other people are thinking like me, and I assume that people are. And I want you to remember that even though it may seem that the universe is infinitely big and infinitely bigger than we can even imagine, I want you to know that it matters because you are a part of it. You are actually it, and the rest of it is folding and condensing around you so you can have a personal experience with it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to know thyself. Bye.